In this video I'll show you 7 tricks that everyone should know because they will make your life much easier. So be sure to watch the video to the end. We start directly with trick number 1. For this you need a conventional paper clip, and with it you can solve a problem that is certainly not unknown to you. Because if you wear a bracelet, you also know the problem when you want to put it on by yourself. Most of the time you need some kind of help, because it's not that easy to pull the clasp to the other side and close the whole thing. Most of the time you only get as far as just before, and then it slips down again on one side. So you don't really manage to put the bracelet around your arm by yourself. But with the paper clip, the whole thing really works every time. The trick is really simple and ingenious, and in the future you would definitely only do it this way. To do this, we grab a paper clip and we have to prepare it a little bit, or we use open it up. That is, we just take one side and push it upwards. Now we have a kind of S here. With this we can close our bracelet on our own. Take one side of it and pull it through the clasp of your bracelet. Now put your hand on the table and hold the longer side of it in your hand. That is, you put the bracelet halfway around your arm, and now take the paper clip and hold it up here with your fingers. And now you can see that you can hold your bracelet perfectly in position here and only have to go into the clasp with the other side and then close it like this. Afterwards you can easily remove the paper clip from the strap of the bracelet, and you have closed your bracelet by yourself without any help. Put the paper clip aside, and whenever you want to put your bracelet back on, you do it with this ingenious trick. For trick number 2, you need a wooden spoon like this, because it can help you when you want to cook something. For example, if you put on pasta, potato or rice water and it starts to boil at some point. You certainly know the problem of not having turned down the cooker in time and everything starts to boil over. With a regular wooden spoon like this you can actually prevent this from happening, and all you have to do is place the spoon across your pot. The water will now stop rising here and not boil over. So with this wooden spoon alone you make sure that you don't have to clean up a big mess on your cooker afterwards. That's why you should always have a wooden spoon at hand when you boil water, so that the whole thing doesn't happen again in the future. It's hard to believe, but this trick really works. Try it out for yourself. Trick number 3 is about empty toilet paper rolls. Because maybe you always just throw them in the bin when the toilet paper roll is empty. But you shouldn't do that in the future, because you can use them for an ingenious trick. Surely you have a drawer somewhere where you keep such cables. Most of the time this drawer is a mess. That is, the cables are all over the place. You need one and you can't find it right away because all the cables are really crisscrossed. And that's exactly what you can use empty toilet paper rolls for. Grab the cables and wind it up a bit first. It should fit into the toilet roll, but what it is should still be sticking out of the sides. In this case, for example, an HDMI cable. That means we put the whole thing in our toilet roll like this, and the two ends then peek out at the sides. And that way you can really store the cables wonderfully. You can even label the whole thing now, so that you know directly what kind of cable you have put in here. Now you can put them all in a shoebox and put them in the cupboard. That way you don't have a drawer full of cables lying around all over the place, but you have everything nicely organized in one box. And if you ever need a cable, you'll find it much faster that way. Trick number 4 is to get to grips with your zip, because I'm sure you have a jacket, trousers or anything else with a zip where the zip gets a bit snagged. That is, you can't get it closed easily at all. It gets stuck all the time and that's really annoying. But instead of buying a new zip and sewing it in for a lot of money, you can use an ordinary bar of soap. All you have to do is grab this soap and start wiping it over the zip. This will make your zip smooth again and it shouldn't get bogged down afterwards. As you can see, I now have the soap in my hand and I rub it all over my zip. It's really super quick and easy. After that we still have a little bit of abrasion here on the zip, but you can just wipe that away. That means I now go over it again with my hand to remove even the little residue and maybe wipe again to get some of the soap in everywhere. And when I close the zip now, you can clearly see that it opens and closes much more easily. You might have to open and close it a couple of times at the beginning to get everything running really smoothly again. But after that, the zip should no longer jam and you saved yourself money on a new zip thanks to a bar of soap. In trick number 5, I'll show you the real reason why Coke cans have a clip like this. I'm sure you're familiar with them too, not only on Coke cans, but on soft drinks in general. Of course, the main purpose of this clip is to allow you to open the can, because we press in this pre-cut side and then the can is open. But the clip also has another ingenious function that not so many people know about. Because as you can see here, it is movable. We can turn it to the other side or fold it up. In our case, we want to turn it away to the side here, because that's what we have to do in order to do our trick. In principle, this has two functions directly. One, you can prevent bugs from going into the can here. Smaller vermin will still get into the can, of course, but the opening is much smaller this way. This means it is much more difficult for the vermin to get into the can, but the real trick is when you use a straw. If you put a straw like this into the can, it will come up again after a short time, but with this clip you can clamp the straw here so that it doesn't come out of the can automatically. And that's really what the clip on soft drinks cans is for. Why don't you try it out for yourself next time? In trick number 6, I'll show you what you can do with a conventional panty liner. Not many people know this trick, but it can really help you in your everyday life. All you have to do is take a panty liner and an essential oil of your choice, which you like to smell. We don't need the whole panty liner though, half is enough here. You can also cut it into several pieces or, for example, cut it a little smaller so that it no longer looks like a panty liner. Now we put a few drops of the essential oil on one side. This soaks into the panty liner wonderfully. On the other side we can remove the foil and then you can stick the panty liner somewhere. And there are many different options. For example, you can put the panty liner in your wardrobe where no one can see it directly. Somewhere behind your clothes. What you're doing is making sure that your wardrobe always smells really nice and pleasant. You can do the same thing in drawers or somewhere else where the panty liner is not immediately visible. That way you can always keep it smelling good without anyone knowing where it's coming from. And then we come to our last trick. Because do you know how you can tell if a battery is still full or already empty without having a charger available or a battery tester in general? Because there is a really ingenious and simple trick for this too. All you need is a battery and a wooden table. Because what we do now, we drop the battery from a height of about 15 centimeters. I have different batteries here, one is now empty and the other is full. And I'm going to show you how you can tell which one is full. If you drop the battery from a height of about 15 centimeters, it will react differently depending on whether it is full or empty. An empty battery will jump up a bit, while a full battery will hardly jump at all and fall straight over. You can see here that the right battery is the full one. It topples over directly. The one on the left is already empty, which means it will jump up again. And that's how you can tell a full battery from an empty one, without a test device. Why don't you try out this ingenious trick for yourself? Would you also like to learn 8 ingenious cleaning tricks with dishwasher tabs? Then be sure to watch the video I'm linking to you here. You would make me really happy if you click the like button and subscribe to my channel.